Hey, there we go. Welcome, everybody, and sure glad to have you with us this evening. This morning, it's been a long day, I guess. With this evening, uh, I will tell you that I hope everybody did have a very good holiday season and enjoyed Christmas and enjoyed New Year's. And this is kind of getting us back into the swing of things as we have about 5.5 months left to go before this Lions year is history. So we've got a little work to do and some things to talk about here and there about that. But uh, for the most part, I'm happy, whatever that may mean, whatever that means to you. But I'm kind of happy with the work that everybody is doing. I've had an opportunity now to talk to about 20 of the district governors out of the 35. We're still making our way through the monthly calls, but I've had an opportunity to talk to about 20 of you, and it's been very interesting to say the least. And I'm very proud and happy to report that district governors uh, pretty much across the board are saying that hey, year's not over with. They're moving forward, and they're trying their best to meet those goals and to reach those goals that they have out there. Before I get started with all of this, let's see, Roy, if you wouldn't mind, please, if you would mute your microphone for me, please, and I'd appreciate that. And I have somebody else that needs to be muted. I can't find it. I'm hearing somebody here. There we go. All right. Uh, before we get started, I want to recognize a few people here this evening. I want to first and foremost, if you would help me recognize past international director Joe Alpicone, who is here with us from MD2. Joe Al, thank you for being here. I also want to take this opportunity to recognize past council chair and past GAT Area A leader, past council chair John Landrum. John, thank you for being here with us this evening. I also want to make sure that we recognize we have two council chairs that are with us this evening. We have from MD3, Council Chair Derek McCubbin, and also from MD26, we have Council Chair Harold Spears. So thank all of you for being here with us this evening and really appreciate your time to join us. And before I say and get or do anything here and what we're going to talk about, I'm going to kind of put past international director Joe Al on the spot and ask him if he has any kind of words of wisdom or advice you'd like to pass on to us. If you had a Joe.
Well, I certainly never have any words of wisdom. I don't have any of that, but I'm here to learn and to hear what everybody else is doing, and hope we have a great. We talk about 6 more months in the year. Yeah, there's 6 more months left in our Lions year. Really, get down to it. You got about 3 months to really get the ball rolling because in April or so you're going to have your district conventions. May you're going to have state conventions. Maybe earlier in different states, and so we don't have 6 months. You got to get it done before that. And I think with the excitement of this group, we can all do it and we can have a very successful year. We've got a great leader there and going to take us down the road. So again, no words of wisdom, just let's all get excited about Lionism and do the things we need to do to serve our communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patty Joel. We appreciate that. So I think I want to do one other person I'm going to put on the spot real quick. I'm looking down here at past council chair John Landrum. John, if you wouldn't mind some thoughts about all this stuff that's going on within the GAT area and what you might want to pass along.
Well, I've been out of the loop a little bit here lately, but been following what's being posted on Facebook and the emails and the other communications that I get. It's great to see the things that are happening in this area, and very proud of all of the things that have been accomplished so far, and looking forward to hearing the great things that everyone has coming up. And that's all I got, sir.
Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Let me just start this out by saying thank you, and if you would all please join me in thanking District Governor Patsy Acom and her leadership team out of District 2 T3 for a brand new club application that was submitted here just the other day. That's the first app out of the gate for the second half of this Lions year. So District Governor Patsy and your leadership team, thank you so much, and we appreciate that. And I certainly hope that we will have more district governors that we want to say congratulations to as the remainder of this year goes forward. I'm gonna pull up. I have literally one slide I want to share with you this evening. So we're not going to really do a slideshow, but I do want to pull this slide up. So just a minute. I'm going to share this slide with you just so you can take a look and see where we are and what we're doing. And this is as of this afternoon. I pulled the numbers up and put them into the slide. As you can see, MD2 has got a plus 136. MD 26, you're at a negative 95. MD3 at negative 75. MD7 a negative 30. And MD8, we're at a plus 8. That gives us a grand total of a negative 58 for the year to date. Sure would like to see us start turning that around. I know that we talk about membership numbers all the time, but membership is something that is extremely important to what we're doing. We have all taken that challenge to meet the challenge of mission 1.5, and by doing that, we said we're going to do two things. We were going to grow. We're going to start new clubs, put new clubs in this year, and we also said we're going to grow our membership. Now, through the scorecard that you've been receiving on a weekly basis, I try to share with you in there some. I'm not so much writing a bunch of articles about this or about that, but what I'm trying to do is provide you with some tools that I think you might be able to use as you move forward and as the year goes forward. Also in there, I know that you're seeing some other numbers that I know that we did not talk about, and I intentionally did not talk about in the beginning, and that was target numbers from Lions Clubs International. That this is for the current district governors that are here this evening, and also the council chairs that are here this evening. We didn't want to really, and I particularly did not push strongly the target numbers, and for a number of reasons. But as you take a look at them in the scorecard that you get on a weekly basis, you will see that actually the target numbers, when you get down to net membership growth, is actually their numbers are much less than what district governors had put in across the board as being what their numbers were going to be. So, and the reason that I bring up target numbers is this: district governors, as you're working with first vice district governors and first vice district governors, you will be soon heading off to St. Charles for your training to begin at DGE school. And let me tell you, enjoy that time. It's a wonderful time there in St. Charles. There'll be a lot of great training that you will receive while you're there. But while you're there, you should have, before you get there, the target numbers that Lions Clubs International is going to present to you as your year next year. The reason I bring that up is this: as you are working with your district leadership, and as you go through your SWOT analysis, and as you go through the goal setting and plan building stages, try to, as best as you can, incorporate or get as close to in line with the target numbers that Lions Clubs International will be forwarding to you. I have not seen what those numbers are going to be, and so we'll see them all together, I guess, when they come out. But it is something that you need to be aware of. And so, first vice district governors, as you prepare your district plans with your district for next year, just know that those target numbers, we need to take a look at those and be as closely aligned to those numbers as we possibly can. As we go through right now, as you all, I feel sure, are fully aware, we have been able to we've been able to realize 13 new clubs in GAT Area A. We lead Constitutional Area 1 in new club extension, which is great. And believe it or not, even with the negative 58, we are leading Constitutional Area 1 with membership. Even though we're negative, there are a few that are behind us in those numbers. That, however, is not a place that I want to see us. I would like to see that number go from negative to positive, and I feel sure that all of you would like to see that happen as well. So as I've talked to the district governors, as we've gone through, as I say, I've talked to about 20 district governors already this month, and we're still making our way through the other 15. But one of the things that I'm asking each district governor is, where do they see a new club opportunity within their district? And I know that there's a number of you that will tell me, and we may not be able to put a new club in this year. And while that may not meet the need or the goal that was set by Mission 1.5, I can understand that. Sometimes there just is not a spot to put one in. Maybe you don't have the team right now available to work and do that. But that begs the question for me, what can we as a GAT area do for you to help with building your team or help training your team, or what kind of help do you need? As I've talked to district governors, I've asked the question about the use of zone chairs, and are we using zone chairs to go out and take a look within their zone and report back to district governors of any new club opportunities that those zone chairs see. And surprisingly, I won't say a lot, but more than what I thought has told me is that, nope, I'm not using my zone chairs like that. I had to beg, borrow, and steal and cajole them to become zone chairs. So I don't want to push them too hard because I don't want them to quit. Well, that again, I can appreciate that, but the purpose of that zone chair is to help you as a district governor and to help all of the GAT at every district. That's what those zone chairs are there for, is to help. So use them. Ask them if there are opportunities that you are not aware of in a community or in a county. One of the things that we're starting to see a little bit of traction with is county clubs, not so much an individual club within a city, but a county being a club. And we have, and maybe a specialty club that goes along with that, such as first responders, or maybe pure alert, or maybe it might be adoption and foster care. There are just a number of different things that can come to mind that maybe it might be an opportunity for you to take a look at. So please, I ask you, if you would please, to work with your zone chairs to make sure that they are checking and looking to see if you have opportunities within your district to put in a brand new club this year. Also, if we talk about membership, we talk about the things that go along with membership. Let's talk about the Club Excellence Award. One of the things that I think is really kind of interesting is that there are with the Mission 1.5 and with the 2 lanes that we have to go down to meet Mission 1.5. That is new club development, and the other one is the implementation of the global membership approach at the club level. One of the things that I found that might be able to work and might be of help to you if you want to use it is to utilize the Club Excellence Award criteria. And why I say that is that is almost, for lack of a better term, that is almost a canned set of goals, if you will, because in order to attain club excellence, You're going to have membership either growing the growth of membership, or at least in the year at zero and have sponsored a new club. Okay, you're going to have to report service. You're going to have to train club officers. Are going to have to go through training, and finally, you're going to have some LCIF contribution. And this year they have made that more than just a club doing $1. There's an actual dollar amount per member that a club must do in order to meet that requirement. But for lack of a better term, it is a canned set of goals. So if we can get our clubs who are not used to setting goals to use the Club Excellence Award criteria and to develop an action plan by which they're going to meet this, just think of where that would put our districts. Just think of where that would put our MDs. Just think of where that would put our GAT area. I'm not saying that we would have we have about an average of about 1,400 clubs within our area, and I'm not saying that every club is going to be a +1, but if we had, my goodness gracious, if we had just half of that as a plus and the other half at net zero and putting in a new club, that would put us with a 700 plus at the end of the year just by meeting the criteria of Club Excellence. So please use that Club Excellence Award criteria at the club level. It's a great tool, and it's something that I think can be of benefit to all of us if we just put it into play. Last thing that I have to talk about before we open it up to listening and hearing from y'all is we have started on a journey here within the GAT area of doing some training. We've held training now for the last couple of few months. We've had zone chair training. We provided that for we did that for MD3. We also have provided that for anybody else that needed to have that wanted that training. We provided that. We also have done training on global membership approach at the club level. We have done training for certified guiding lions. And here recently, the last one we did was member satisfaction. If there is any training that you would like to see us do for you in your district or in your multiple, or that you would like to see across our GAT area, please let me know, or you can let our GLT area leader, past district governor Terry Harkey, let her know that. That way we can schedule that training. Find a certified instructor that can present that and can deliver that training for you. Again, this training is not to take the place of any training that your MD GLTs are doing or that your district GLTs are doing. This training is just to enhance or to supplement any further help that you might need at the district level. Okay, I want to make that real clear that we're not trying to come in and do the training or step on anyone's toes. We're just trying to help support and help supplement any additional training that a district or an MD might like us to do. So please let's think about that. So that's about the main thing. Then we'll talk about a few other things at the end of this, but I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit, and I'm gonna ask if you would. I'd like to hear some information coming out of the districts, and more importantly, I'd like to hear some stuff about especially where we might be in making sure that we have second vice district governors on the ballot coming up in April or in May, whenever you hold your district conventions. And also, before I get there, we do have a couple, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. Please don't take it that way. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 districts right now that do not have second vice district governors in place that have been assigned by district governors. So what I would ask of those districts, and I have talked to a couple of the a couple of the district governors, and they're having a hard time finding somebody to step forward and take that role. Make a plea one more time out there to find if there's anyone who would be interested in serving as a district governor within your district. Moving into this next Lions year without a second vice district governor means that you're going to think about it. That means that you won't have a first vice coming in, nor will you have a second to come in behind that one. So you're going to be down 2 governors moving forward. So it's very important that we try to find people to fill those roles. Obviously, we don't want to have repeats, and obviously now you can't have a past district governor running for a district governor position. So didn't say you couldn't assign a past district governor, but that would certainly be the court of last resort. Surely we have Lions that hopefully we have Lions who would want to serve in that capacity. So if you could, and if you would please, for those 5 districts that need to have a second vice assigned, please let's make sure that we work on that. And if any of us can be of any help, when I say any of us from your GAT area team can be of any help, please reach out to us and we'll do whatever we can to help you in getting or trying to find someone to serve in that capacity. So let's talk about, let's go around and talk a little bit about goals and action plans at the district level and what we're doing and how we're starting to get there. And I don't particularly like to make call on people. I like for you to go ahead and raise your hand and we'll just go, because if I start, I'll just start with MD2 and work my way down through MD8, and that could take us a long time. Don't want to do that. So I'm going to I'll let you start. So who wants to be the first governor? Raise their hand and talk about what we're doing with your goals and share any of the good and exciting things that you've got going on in your district. Don't everybody raise your hand at the same. Yes, go right ahead, District Governor Wayne.
Yeah, this is Wayne Benishek from 3 East, and we've got our convention, district convention coming up February 3rd. So there's a lot of planning work and stuff going on that. And like you mentioned, with filling the vice district governor positions, that is an issue for ours. Our nominating committee is hard at work at that, and I've helped with that some too here within the last week. Basically went out and reviewed went through the qualifications for being into that position, and then looking through my LCI about the past presidents, past zone chairs, past region chairs, all that did make the qualification list, and pass that on to the nominating committee. And there were a few names that popped up that sounded good. So I think we're at this point at a pretty good position to make some progress in that area.
Good. That's good. Thank you, District Governor Wayne. I appreciate that. Anybody has a comment they'd like to share, or who's my next governor that would like to? Don't make me call on you. I hate to do that. So
I will. I just don't know how to
thanks,
raise my hand, so I
that's okay.
apologize.
That's okay, Cheryl. You go right
I mean,
ahead.
I know how to raise my hand, but not so that you will see it. So I'm from 26M3, and I'm one of those 5 that does not have a second vice district governor currently, that we have been trying to fill and we are struggling to fill. We do have a second vice district governor running for this coming year, so I'm still missing that one position. We've had several people making calls trying to fill that, and we still are struggling with that. My first vice district governor and myself, we have been working with newer Lions who have shown an interest to stepping up to ensure that they have that presidency and zone chair positions in their belt, trying to step them through the process for the future, but that's not helping us currently. We are behind on our membership, which we are working on. And currently, what we're doing is during our club visits and zone meetings is we are taking those 100 service ideas and 100 recruiting ideas that we all have and making sure all the clubs have those, giving them suggestions on things that they can do to help increase both of those, and putting ourselves out there to assist them in any way they may need. We are hoping that that will help them, inspire them to get out there and grow. We have had encouragement from several of our clubs where they appreciate all the effort that we're putting in to help them. So hopefully that will help us.
Thank you, District Governor Cheryl. I appreciate that and appreciate those comments. Who'd like to go next? I'm on.
If you'd like, Chris,
Go
I'll go ahead and
right
report
ahead.
from
Go right ahead, Chris. Got you.
Okay.
Go right.
So I'm Chris Maxwell from 2A1, and we have a second vice. I think mine, Chris, you'll be a good one on your council for you. We read a resolution at the midwinter last weekend, so she'll be a good one for you, I know. We're starting to work on sites and locations for new clubs. We think we've narrowed down the sites, and we're pretty much forming a team now to go out and work those. So we're down in members. I think we're minus 17 at the moment, and so we definitely got some work to do to meet my goal that I've set up. So I'm a long way away from there at this point.
Well, I've read what you sent me obviously yesterday, and I appreciate what you said. I think you got a plan that you're moving, that you want to move forward with. You've got a good group in your team to help you get out there and find a new club. And I think where you think your best bet or your best start is probably right. That is probably a good spot for you to start that out with. So appreciate the work you're doing. Keep moving forward, and hopefully with a little bit of work and some membership drives, you can turn your negative into a positive. So I appreciate the help and the work.
I'm not giving up for sure. I've been pushing that club excellence all year, so I'm hoping that that'll really mean something, and it may come to doing some more district training. So I may have to get with somebody on that, so to make that work, because that's going to be our shortfall in to make that club excellence will be the officer training part of that. So
right. Well, if there's anything that we can do to help, please reach out to us, and you know that we will bend over backwards to help you. Okay?
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, District Governor Chris. Who'd like to go next? Go ahead, District
I'll
Governor
go next.
Betsy.
Oh, all right, I'll wait.
I'm sorry, Nan.
Well, I don't see District Governor Josh or First Vice District Governor Roseanne on the line, so I will speak on behalf of 2A2.
Please do.
Say again.
Please do.
Okay, so last year when District Governor-elect was trying to get me to sign up to be the second Vice District Governor, I told him I was a package deal. And so and the package deal was Chris Ryan had to follow me. So he's already been identified. I have been tutelaging him since last May on what to expect when he is second Vice District Governor come this summertime. Unfortunately, he did call me a couple of weeks ago to let me know that he had interviewed for a GS-15 job, for a government job in Indiana. So for selfish reasons, I am hoping that he does not get selected. But anyway, but he's putting together his resolution for his club. So that's already, being squared away. And we do have this coming weekend, we have our midwinter conference. We do our parade of candidates on Friday night. So Chris will be in the giving a little speech about, I am throwing my hat in the ring. Here's my candidacy. So that will be all squared away. On a bright note, on the 5th of January, the Yellow Rose, the San Antonio Yellow Rose Club did have its charter night, which was a blast. I was there. It was a blast. They had a great Gatsby theme. So we all dressed up, you know, in 20s attire. So I was dressed up like a flapper, and I love having an excuse to dress up in costume. So I had a good time dressing up as a flapper. And you know, the thing to keep in mind, and TJ, past international director TJ was our guest speaker. This is a specialty club, so it is comprised mainly of veterans. So this is our district's, you know, first specialty club, and it's focusing on veterans. And as a veteran, I am very happy about this. Very excited indeed. And you know, I know we're going to be working on finding our second new club. At this weekend, I have a speaking part in the agenda for our district, our midwinter conference, and I will be speaking about Mission 1.5 and, you know, talking about how it is in fact a campaign, a multi-year campaign, and talk about what all of the clubs. So I am taking your point that you made about the Club Excellence Award to heart. I will work that into my talking points for my discussion, because we all know that between now and 1 July 2027, you know, we're going to have to be creating multiple new clubs. So I'm going to be encouraging the district to be thinking outside the box, with Yellow Rose leading the way as being a specialty club. And I'm going to try to get them thinking about branch clubs as well.
Excellent, excellent. I appreciate that, Second Vice District Governor Nan. I appreciate that very much.
I do.
Yes, District Governor Betsy, go right ahead.
I fill in for 7N. Our governor is
The what?
report for him. Basically, we're supposed to have midwinter this weekend. Weather permitting, we will get together and meet. Fortunately, we have our state convention coming up in April. We already have some candidates that are applying to be seconds. We have a full slate of first and seconds, and looking forward to some new nominees joining us to be seconds next year. We have a nominating committee that's taking care of that. We were approached right before Christmas about a new club, and we have not gotten anything rolling on that yet due to the weather and the holidays and the governor being out of commission for a while, for 6 or 7 weeks. But I'll plan to follow up on that as soon as I can muster out in the weather and get back to being able to to drive and get around. I am in the process of visiting the clubs for this quarter by representing the governor, and looking forward to doing that. And hopefully find some people that want to take leadership positions next year when I'm governor.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Betsy, and our best to your governor. I know he's going through he's having some surgery. It's going to take a little bit of time, so our best to him, and all the best wishes to him. So thank you for that, and I look forward to hearing a little bit more about this new club. I know that you guys are working on one, and I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit more about that and being able to share that with the group. So thank you very much.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Who on here wants to go next? I'm seeing some district governors that are not raising their hand. Okay, I'm gonna have to call on that guy with the Aggie flag behind him. So go ahead, first Vice District Governor Jeff. Let's hear what's going on in S3.
I'm going to speak for our district. I'm glad to report that this Saturday we will be celebrating our charter night for our newest club up in Burnett, Texas. So I'll be up there along with our second vice and of course our district governor Stephen on Saturday. I've got to give a shout out to PID Joe. He said something in October that got me thinking. We have a small offshoot of Howard Payne University here in New Braunfels, And so I reached out to them. It's taken me a little time to get going because they've started a new campus, but I've actually got a meeting set with them in 2 weeks to discuss starting an Omega Club there. They are very excited about that. It fits right in with their what they do at that school and their morals and all that bit. And they were actually in the process of trying to decide what groups they were going to allow on campus. And we're very excited to get that. I reached out to them, so I'll be setting that up. So hopefully we'll have that. We also have got a report the other day that we might have another Leo club being started here that's more in line with the Omega Leo Club, the specialty Omega Leo Club that we have, just more law enforcement than medical. So that's something we're looking at. And we're just getting ready for midwinter in a couple of weeks. Fortunately, we didn't get a lot of ice down here the last couple of days, but just getting ready for midwinter and getting geared up for Council of Governors meeting and spending a lot of my time preparing for my year next year and getting ready to go up to St. Charles the first week of March. So that should be interesting weather for me up there.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that update on S3, and I know that you'll have a good time in St. Charles. I know that I can speak for another council who had a great time up there. So we'll just leave it at that. We won't go into all those things. Let's see here. Who would like to go next? I'm looking at three district governors that I can see on the very well. Yes, District Governor Roy, go right ahead.
I'm having trouble getting the second vice, and my first vice called me just today and said we needed to talk. He didn't know if he could fulfill the duties right now, so I got a meeting with him Friday to see what's going on. But I got a phone call from Harrisburg Club, and they're going to start a Leo Club. He said they're going to look at it middle of February. He's talking to the principal now. Principal's really wanting it there.
Okay.
So that'll be a plus. I've talked to the volunteer fire department in Grubbs, Arkansas. It's a real small town.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've talked them into having 5 to have a volunteer fire club. So I get 5 firemen that wants to be in a branch club. So I'll start with them.
That's great.
So Owen,
go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
No,
and
please.
When I was in Monette, I had my alert trailer in Monette. I used it for advertising so people could see the alert trailer coming into town and see a line sign. A lot of them hadn't seen lines in a while. So I have 2 people that were past line members there when it closed, and they're interested in trying to start out a club. But we're going to start, if I can get a branch club, and then let them grow from there.
That's awesome.
So that's my plans for now.
Well, and that's a good plan, District Governor Roy. That's a real good plan, and please keep that momentum going. With the opening of a Leo club, there might be an opportunity to also piggyback that with an adult with the adult version of a Lions Club with the parents. So
Get 5 teachers too, maybe.
Exactly. So it may be a good way to just have, as we say, one of those clubs just drop into your lap, just kind of out of the blue there. So keep that good work going. I like it.
I'm at a -2 for the year.
Right.
And Cherokee Village called me this morning, wants me to put in 2 more members for them. They got 2 more new members. So I'm going to be at 0.
There you go. Outstanding. That is just outstanding.
I mean, 0 don't sound good, but it does.
let me tell you, net 0 is a good number. I'm okay with that because you can go to positive from net 0. That's really good. And thank you for that. And if you need anything and we can help you in any way at all, just reach out to the team. Okay. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it.
I've got y'all's number.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let's see. Line Robin, go right ahead. Yes, ma'am. Yep, we're not hearing you. You are unmuted, but you have no sound coming through. All right, Robin is off. It has turned off her camera, so I'm going to go to. Let's see. I have Line Michelle. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, Lion Michelle Foster from
Yes, ma'am.
26M2 here,
Yes.
First Vice District Governor. We are also one of the districts that were behind on getting a second Vice District Governor, but we now have one in the works
Awesome.
to soon jump on board with us. We have our club officer training scheduled coming up in a month here for all new club officers and any non-members or non-officers that are interested in learning anything about any positions in the district or the clubs themselves. So other than that, we're trying to visit our clubs as much as we can and get all of our positions filled.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that you have someone in the works for filling that second vice district governor role. Do you have any leads on maybe a new club coming in this year? First Vice District Governor Michelle, do you have any lead on a new club coming in this year?
Not anything set in stone at this time, no.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask. So if you need some help, holler at us. Okay, we're here to help you.
All right.
Thank you. District Governor Randy. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, how are y'all?
Good.
Good deal. So this weekend we have a charter night for the Hill County Evening Lions Club. So we're excited to be celebrating that club and welcoming 24 new Lions in. So that'll be fun. The weekend after we have our midwinter conference in McGregor. So we have that going on, getting that all settled up. As of right now, we don't have any new clubs in the works, but definitely several clubs that we are looking at rebuilding, revamping, rebranding, and then a possible branch club in another area. And as far as a second vice, we don't have anyone in line for a second vice elect, but definitely looking, seeing who we can get in line to join our great team and continue the success we've had in the district so far this year.
Sounds great, and I know that you guys will. I know that X3 will find an excellent candidate to step in and be a part of that team. You guys have really built a good one there. So, congratulations on the work you've done already this year, and we look forward to seeing a good strong finish from you and X3 this year. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Chris,
who
can you hear me now? This is Lion Robin.
Lion Robin, we can hear you now. Yes, ma'am.
I'm with District 8S. I'm second vice district governor. We do have our second in line, and we're actually getting a person set up to be our second for the following year to make sure that we have everything in line. And we have our convention in April for multi-district 8.
Let's see. I think you also, if my memory is right, 8S has two clubs you guys are working on right now. That one is actually in New Orleans, and the other one is just outside of New Orleans. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We're working with Nichols College to with their autistic program to start a club with them, as well as just a regular club. And then we have two clubs that they want to do branch clubs in Homa, so we may have 2 more on that side to come about.
With the new club, it was my understanding that the autistic club are working with autistic club, and I think that's the Bridge Club. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The Bridge to Independence program at
Right.
Nichols.
Right. And is that still on tap to try to have that new club application submitted by it was supposed to be by the end of this month. Has that been pushed?
As far as I know, we're still on track for it. We're waiting for the schools to go back in. They were supposed to go back in today, but of course, with our weather, it's not looking like they're going to be in until Thursday. And then Lion Richard and Lion Alden are supposed to be getting in touch with them this week.
That's perfect, and I appreciate that. You guys are hitting on some pretty good cylinders there in 8S, and please keep up the good work. I appreciate all the help you guys are doing, and just keep it going. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who would like to be next? Or I'm going to start calling.
Chris,
Yes, Governor. Yes, sir, JD.
I just wanted to say that since we've had one good candidate for second vice district governor that is just overloaded, and he has said that he would not try it. And our district governor, first of all, 3 Northwest is a district that's 380 miles across in Oklahoma. And our last district governors from 2018 forward have all been from the eastern part. And I think I'm going to try to push for somebody at least in the middle of the district. And if weather permitting, I'm going to try to start contacting some people. But I think we're going to have some effort put toward branch clubs, which is probably better for us right now to try that. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at.
All right, I appreciate that, JD, and please tell District Governor Kim I said hello, and I know that I know she's busy. We've already had a bit of a conversation, so
yeah.
And I know that you guys, I think you guys, if my memory is right, there is an opportunity for a new club in 3 Northwest, or she has kind of talked about there might be an opportunity there. Is that correct?
I believe that's E, but
E. Okay, well, I know that E has one that they're working.
Yeah,
so I thought maybe she
I'm not aware of one, but there could be. But
okay,
we're trying.
Okay, that's all that's all we can ask is that you try.
Yeah,
and we appreciate that. Who would like to go next? I'm seeing District Governor Maryland, but does anybody want to go next? Oh, yes, go ahead, Bonda.
You'll know most of what I'm going to say, but the whole group may not. I was kind of waiting to see if DG Tony volunteered, but first on membership, we're down for the first half of the year less than 1%. So we're hoping to turn that around quickly. And we do have our district convention was in October, and we elected a second vice district governor who's like 3rd district governor now. So we've got that taken care of. But we had a notice that went out today from our GAT person about the new club development workshop that you're going to conduct for our district and for District L. Tony just typed that she has a horrible connection. So I guess that's why she didn't volunteer.
Mhm.
But it was her idea that the two districts go together to have a workshop on
Right.
new club development, and we're looking forward to that on February the 10th.
Looking forward to that as myself. I think it'll be a good workshop. So thank you very much. And I appreciate you sharing that with us, and good luck on narrowing that gap and to get into net zero. So I know you guys are working hard to get there. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Who wants to go next? Go ahead. First, Vice District Governor Deborah.
Thank you,
E1,
Chris.
E2 out of E2.
Yeah, we are having our midwinter conference this coming Saturday. That's the conference that we do our Opportunities for Youth contest. So our main focus is on the youth for this year. We have someone identified for our second vice for next year. Mike Lukenhoff, he's very good and has just stepped up to be president of the Eyeglass Recycling Center here in our district since the current one had to resign. He's a busy boy. He's also one of our zone chairs, and he's just into everything. So he's going to be really good. He's going to come to the Council of Governors meeting this February just to kind of get his feet wet and see what it's all about. But we also have a second identified for the following year. So we're kind of growing them and we got a nice little pipeline started.
Good.
We haven't started any new clubs, but we do have one of my clubs, Sanger, is developing a Cub Club, which is something I had not heard of before. And so I went to their informational meeting earlier this month, and they had a lot of interest, both parents and kids, little kids from 2 through 12, I think is the age range. And so they have their organizational meeting next month. And so they're really going strong down there in Sanger. And it's a very small little club, but they're doing big things down there. And then we're also working on Crowley. Crowley is a club that had dwindled and dwindled. And for the last 2 years, they keep saying they were going to close. And we talked them out of it and talked them out of it. Well, now we're in the process of rebuilding it. And we've gotten support. Governor Woody and I went over to Crowley, and we got City Hall, the fire department, the police department, the superintendent of schools, some local businesses, and the Chamber of Commerce, all really hot to get the Lions Club up and going again. So we had an informational meeting. It went really well. We have our, on the 23rd, we have the organizational meeting. We're calling it the same thing because it essentially was almost dead. There was only one member left. But we've got a bunch of people that are interested, and more people that couldn't make the information meeting that are definite people that want to be members. So that's looking really positive and really up, and we're really excited about that. That's something we've been talking about and trying to work towards for a couple of years now. We also have identified a couple of potential sites for new clubs. One would be a specialty club. Mary Alice has been working on that for several years and hadn't been able to get anybody to pay attention to her. So we finally got it in front of the governor, and I think we're going to move forward on that. And also another club place that used to have a club, and the mayor wants another club back. So it's looking up. It's looking up. We're excited about what's going on this year.
Well, that's good, and you guys just keep doing what you're doing. I have had I've already had a conversation with District Governor Woody. We had a very good conversation at the very beginning of this new year. I kind of knew where you guys were going, but I'm glad you shared it with the group. And would you do me a favor and pass on to District Governor Woody that just because it's his anniversary doesn't mean he can miss the. So tell him thank you, and again, Deb, thank you, and all the work that the leadership and the Lions of E2 are doing. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Anybody else want
Talk
to raise
for
their hand?
E1.
I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Talk a little bit about E1.
Go right ahead, Mr. Burnett.
We have our midwinter coming up Saturday. We've got a couple of folks that we've been discussing and chatting with about the potential of them coming in to replace me or to follow me as second vice. I'm coming off of a wonderful weekend of training in Vancouver. We got the weather up here before it got to you guys in Texas. I will be meeting with the president of Vernon College this coming week to discuss the potential of trying to start a branch club out there. If I can get 20 people, I'll go with the campus club, but I want to at least start with the idea of a branch club.
Okay.
I know that Tim is working on some stuff down around McMurray as well. So we're still in there kicking, trying to gain some membership.
Yeah, you guys are going in the right direction, I think. I mean, I know you are. And it is it is always a challenge no matter what. And if there's anything that, and I know that I can speak for Council Chair Ryan when I say this, if there's anything you need from MD2, GAT, they're there to help you. They're there for you. And if there's anything that we can do as a GAT area that we can help you with, don't hesitate to reach out and ask, because we're here for you. Okay.
We appreciate it.
You betcha. And we thank you for the report. Who else would like to go here? Who else would like to give a report on their district? Been going now almost an hour. I'm not going to make this drag on too much further. I got a couple things to end this with, but I also want to take this opportunity while we have a little lull here to say and welcome. There are two other past international directors that are on the call with us here this evening. We also have from MD3 PID Mike Banks. Mike, we appreciate you being here with us this evening. We also have from MD26 PID Don Nolan, and I'm going to call on those two gentlemen here shortly as we get ready to wrap this up. So appreciate both of y'all being on the call along with PID Joe Al this evening. Appreciate it very much. Also, I would also like to make sure that I acknowledge Council Chair-elect Terrell Thompson out of from MD2, and also from MD2 Council Chair-elect Kathy Summers. Thank you for being here with us this evening as well. Anybody want to give a report on their district? I'm not seeing anybody raise their hand, but that doesn't mean anything. If you do, let me know. If not, I'll go ahead and continue on here. I don't see anybody raising. So I got a couple of things that I just want to bring up to you. One is I'd like for all of you, as you're looking and talking to your first vice district governors at the district level, a couple of things come to mind. Number one, they should be putting their team together now for their Lions year coming up, which means that and the reason I bring that up is because they should be performing their SWOT analysis for the district right now. They should be in that build a vision stage. They should have already built the team. If they haven't built the team, they need to get that built pretty quick, because they need to get into the build a vision stage of the GMA, which is a SWOT analysis. So please work with them and help them in that as much as they ask for the help. Also, one of the things that the Global Action Team across Constitutional Area 1 would like to do and would like to try to schedule for this next group of governors for the 2024-2025 Lions year is the CA1 GAT leaders would like to be able to start setting up summits, GAT summits at the district, at the multiple district level sometime during the months of April, May, and June. And we know that we can't go too far into June because we're going to have people heading out, going to going down to Australia to go to the international convention. So if you could take a look, please, district governors, and first working with your first, take a look and see when we might be able to schedule a GAT summit. We'd like to do that before the year begins, and I think you can all understand why we'd like to have that happen. I'm going to be sending out a report here in a couple of days that you're going to see, and it's going to be and it's non-member active clubs, and it's not going to be we didn't go through and although we could have told you this, but we just went through and in that report the number of, just by number, the clubs who have less than 10 people in your district, and those clubs that have not brought a member in yet, who have not added a member for this Lions year. So we're going to give you that report. And the reason that I've asked for that report and we're going to share it is I think you'll find it interesting. Number one, but number two, there's a high percentage of clubs that have not brought in a new member this year. So that means they're non-member active. We need to get those clubs actively active in their communities and going about bringing in new members. Take this opportunity, January, February, and March, which are historically the 3 months that we use for membership drive months that LCI recognizes. I believe we should have a membership drive every month, but take advantage of these 3 months as a membership drive months to go out there and get your clubs to actively do some membership drive things, open houses, whatever the case might be, to get them into becoming member active clubs. We need to turn this around a little bit. So I'm asking for your help and I'm asking for your support to do that. So I would appreciate it. I would appreciate that very, very much. With that as being about the last bit of business that I have, is there anyone that has a question before I call on some folks to give some thoughts here? If you raise your hand, I'll certainly call on you. So I'm gonna ask PID Mike from MB3 if you have some comments that you'd like to share with the group. PID Mike.
Well, first off, I would like to apologize for being late. Somehow or another, I got my wires crossed and thought it was an hour later. It sounds like you were talking about succession planning, which is extremely important. That's how vacancies get set up if you don't have a succession planning take place. I don't know if Council Chair Derek had talked about a cabinet meeting that we had this past fall up in Ponca City. If Derek, did you mention that? Just nod your head, yes, no. Okay. All right. We're always working on membership, but our focus is service. And the most important thing we can do is service our community. If people can identify the service that we're doing, they'll join the club. And a case in point is we have the Ponca City Noon Lions Club. It's one of the larger clubs in District 3 Northwest. And they have invited a number of younger members to come to the club to join. But they never really joined. And then here just this past fall, a new service club got started. Now, it was not a Lions Club. It was a Rotary Club. But it had a lot of these new members in the club. And they do service every week, but they don't meet weekly. But they do service every week. And these are young 30 and 40-year-old members. And, you know, so there are people out there that want to do service, but it's a little bit different than the way we have done it in the past. So we have to think a little bit outside the box. and come up with a service project that the community can identify with, and then they'll join the club. A lot of our new members that we have in the Stillwater Lions Club, they participate in some of the newer service projects that we do, or an expansion of our service projects that we have. So they're wanting to serve. It's just that we need to identify a service that they want to participate in. So that's my 2 cents. And I do apologize for not joining in earlier at 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, PID Mike, and appreciate that. And nobody was going to say that if you joined it yet late or not, because we were just not going to bring that up. So you told on yourself there. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to ask PID Don if he might have a little bit of words to say to the group. So PID Don.
First off, I apologize for not getting in earlier, and I can't seem to get my video connected. So, but I will echo what Pastor International Director Banks talked about, is getting the younger members involved with it. If you find a project that they can engage with it, they will come and join you. You just have to find that one for success, expand the membership. That's one of our biggest challenges that we need to do, and to find those projects that they can engage in. And so also according to my account, we have as many as 12 to 13 members from our multiple MD 26. Thank you for joining us. And we're looking forward to seeing you, Chris, at the end of the month at our Council of Governors meeting. So, and I thank you very much. Hopefully that's, you have a lot of nice input from the other districts, and hopefully we can build upon that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, PID Don. I appreciate it. Look forward to being at the Council of Governors meeting for MD 26 here at the end of the month myself. Looking forward to seeing you and seeing Harold and all the district governors and the Lions of MD 26. So we're looking forward to that.
I also would like to give a shout out to District Governor Chris Maxwell, because I'm coming to visit you in Sweetwater in April.
That's right. That's right. Last but and certainly not least, I'm gonna call to our good friend PID Joe Al to if he has any remarks he'd like to give before we finish up this evening.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to be with all of you. It's an exciting thing as we've listened and we've heard what we've had accomplishments the last 6 months. But I always say that endings precede new beginnings, and that's where we are today. Is at the new beginnings of our final journey on this Lions year. But last year, I think last year at our midwinter conference, I was asked to do a little speech at the midwinter, and I entitled it Kickstart. Well, I told them I don't kick very much at all anymore. But anyway, it's fun to kickstart things. But and thinking of kickstarting your final year, the thing we've got to instill in our clubs, as I've always said, is that we've got to make them have fun. We've got them to have fun, because then they're going to show their community that they're having fun, and then that's when the people will join you. I've heard a lot of great reports, and here tonight, one thing I kind of got the slide that you had, Line Chris, was excellent. And I know in Texas, I think we had a plus 13 clubs. Was that what I read? And
yes, sir.
140, 150, whatever, plus the membership. The key to that membership growth, as I've always said, is in new clubs.
Yeah, I'm on.
Your onesies and twosies in your clubs are going to take care of your gain and your loss within the club, but you've got to have that net gain, the significant gain. You've got to have the new clubs. And I said last time, or when we were together, and again, District Governor Chris, congratulate you and thanks for picking up on as our specialty clubs, and congratulate Vice District Governor Jeff on picking up what I said, and you went out and organized a campus club, because those specialty type clubs, those are going to be our key, because they've got a common interest and they're going to be successful. Well, I'm not taking any more of your time, but look forward to seeing some more. As I told you, I think it was in October, whenever it was, that I'm not going to be on too many of these, because on the third Tuesday is my Lions Club meeting. only reason it happened tonight, the weather's bad, so they canceled the meeting. So I'm pleased to join you here tonight, and I do look forward to being with you on many more occasions. And anytime that I can help any of you, I'm here for you, regardless of what multiple you're in, but certainly my multiple of 2. But call on me at any time. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, PID Joel. We appreciate that very much, and we look forward to you being with us at any time that you can. And we're glad that they did cancel the meeting so you could join us tonight. Yes, District Governor Phil, if you wouldn't mind, you got your hand raised. Yes, sir.
Just to let you know, a bunch of our folks from 26M1 are trying to get on. They're having difficulty. So they do want to be here, but it appears Oh, I see Marilyn down there, so she's on. Hi, Marilyn. Anyway, some folks are having trouble from the district trying to get on, so just to let you know.
Okay. DG Phil, I appreciate that. I don't know what the issue is, but I'll try to figure out what went wrong, because it seems like we had everybody that didn't have a problem up until now. So I'll see what the issue was, and I'll also share this meeting is being recorded and will be able to be shared with y'all, and you can share that with your district GATs as well. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here this evening. It is not, we do this once a month. I know that you are busy. I know you have a lot on your plate, and I know that I'm asking for an hour out of your time, or maybe an hour and a half out of your time that you probably don't have. And I'm aware of that, and I appreciate it. If there's anything that this GAT area team can do to help you, your district, even one of your clubs, please don't hesitate to call on us. That's what we're here for. As you heard, we will be going into MD7 to do a new club development workshop. If there's any MD that would like to have that new club development workshop, or any districts that would like to do that, please let us know. We can schedule that and try to help you with those kinds of things. I think that new club development workshops are excellent. They're also great to help train trainers to go out to help you form teams within your district to start up new clubs. So again, thank you for your time. I appreciate everything that all of you are doing. Please remember, we have all accepted the challenge of Mission 1.5. So we're on a mission to grow, and I expect to see us growing. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Everybody have a great month, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you so much now, and good night.
Thank you, Line Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes.